Hello everyone, and welcome to A Realm Retold. My name is Sky, and I will be your guiding voice through today's recounting of the first series of Alliance raids in Final Fantasy XIV, the Crystal Tower. Before anything, let me thank Cinna and Keegan for having me on as a guest for this episode. I'm looking forward to it. As always, we have to get through some notable terms and characters that you'll have to keep in mind for the story, so listen up. The Sons of St. Koinok are a group of researchers hailing from the distant Isle of Sharlayan. Dedicated to studying the relics of ancient Allig, they've set up a research camp in Mordona, just east of Revenant's Toll. If you're a summoner, you may recognize a few of these individuals, but we'll get acquainted with them regardless soon enough. Since we mentioned Allig, the Allagan Empire is an ancient civilization founded by Emperor Xande that expanded all across Eorzea and beyond during the Third Astral Era. The Empire was a pioneer in technological advancement, so much so that not even the Garlean Empire could claim to have surpassed their understanding of technology. The Empire was the seat of many untold experiments, and generally, if something is sus, you can assume it's linked to Allig. You'll be hearing from them a lot. Run by Cid, the eponymous Garland Ironworks is a collective of both Eorzea's brightest minds and former citizens of the Garlean Empire, working together alongside the city-states in the war against Garlemald. Sticking close to their motto of freedom through technology, they refuse to manufacture anything that can be used to nefarious ends by less than benevolent individuals. Not long after your move to Mordona with the other Scions, you come across a mysterious, extremely well-disguised, near a very distinguished masked man who recognizes you as the one to best the Empire. He offers you a unique opportunity to uncover the mysteries of a fallen, ancient civilization, namely, the Allagan Empire, the creators of the same fearsome weapon you defeated almost too swiftly. The man, assuring you that he cares only about history for history's sake, then bids you to seek out Rambros at St. Koinok's Find to the east of Revenant's Toll. Not one to question the credibility or integrity of a task's requester, you briskly make your way to the aforementioned camp. And while Rambros is more than happy to accept your offer, he warns you quite readily of the incredible danger that will be involved. His warning, however, is interrupted by the familiar voice of Cid, who correctly calls you out for having agreed to a task before you have even the faintest clue of the details. The engineer fills you in on the specifics of the expedition: to infiltrate and explore the recently unearthed Crystal Tower, and lock away its secrets if necessary. There is just one obstacle in your way. The tower itself is guarded by an extremely powerful barrier, being held strong by crystal-bearing statues known as the Eight Sentinels. Never a man without a plan, though. Cid theorizes attacks from the Sentinels' oppositely attuned element could be what's needed to break past them. And it is now your job to acquire pure crystals that are up to that task. After borrowing them with total, complete, explicit permission from your friendly neighborhood beast tribes, you come across your next roadblock: getting crystal sand to allow the shaping of the aforementioned crystals. Rambros expresses he had given the job to a colleague. However, he has heard not a peep back, and asks for you to complete the task in his stead. A task easier said than done as you haggle with merchants, save a friendly Lalafell engineer from certain doom, and win a race with a disembodied voice that you never even knew you were participating in. Sands in hand, you return to Rambros to complete your job, and allow the Ironworks to do theirs. With crystals purified and shaped, Cid expresses to those present that it is the team's duty to understand, document, and seal away the Crystal Tower if need be, for the good of all man, sharing his concern at the danger of unchecked Alec knowledge and technology. Suddenly, the disembodied voice returns, declaring its agreement with Cid's cautious policy, before its owner leaps off of a towering crystal to join you. Guraha Tia, as he then introduces himself, is a student of Baldessian, as well as the earlier mentioned colleague of Rambros. Declaring a name for the expedition team of his own volition after having just arrived, the newly dubbed Noah team makes way to the barrier. With trepidation, Cid tests the crystals against the barrier, shattering it not long after contact is made. Theory proven correct, you and the others are able to make quick work of the previously impenetrable barrier and unlock the path to the labyrinth beyond. Realizing the maze at the base of the tower likely holds even more traps and secrets, Cid requests to take a handful of your adventurer pals to clear out the way for those less martially inclined.
A few moments later.
After braving the correctly assumed trap-filled labyrinth and defeating Phlegethon, Cid, Biggs, Wedge, and Guraha join you at the true foot of the tower. After a small discussion, the group decides to return to St. Koinox to discuss your findings and plan the next step. Cid brings to note that despite being sealed away, the tower's defenses were still very much active. He ponders if the tower had not just been unearthed, but somehow reawoken. With the base of the spire secured, Rambros suggests delaying further exploration until an exhaustive analysis of the tower's defenses can be completed by the Ironworks. With nothing left for you to kill, destroy, or otherwise break, you find your current work with Noah at a standstill. For now.